This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
Hi, my name is Jaspar, and this is my Oros the Avenger EDH deck. Okay, so we're getting along to the actual deck. So I run 10 basic lands. That's 5 blades. Three swamps. And 2 mountains. Now for non-basics, we run all 3 scry lands. All 3 of the Guildgates. We run Vivid Meadow and Vivid Crag. We run the 3 cycle lands. We also run the 3 check lands. So 3. The 3 shock lands. We run Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse. Same effect, they're just under a different name. Strip Mine, get rid of pesky lands. Ancient Tomb, ramps out, really good in Commander, or your life is a resource. Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, really great, can produce a lot of mana. Slayer Stronghold, power through some big creatures. Ghitu Encampment, 2/1 first strike, till end of turn for 2, pretty good. We play one of the bounce lands, Boros Garrison, Transguild Promenade, mana fixing. We run a Cavern of Souls, just for the uncounterable ability. And Bojuka Bog for some graveyard hate. Now moving on to the Planeswalkers, there's 3 of them. We've got Ajani Vengeant, so it's +1, target permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. His -2 is he deals 3 damage to target creature or player and you gain 3 life. The Lightning Helix, and his -7 is destroy all lands target player controls. And for 4, he's pretty good. We've got Liliana Vess, she's solely in here just for her second ability, the -2, search your library for a card, shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. It's great to have a repeatable tutor. And Elspeth, Sun's Champion. I really like this card. Her -3 can be really helpful. Destroy all creatures with power 4 or greater. And her +1 is great too. She protects herself. Good Planeswalker. Next we've got some artifacts. So we've got Sol Ring. Sol Ring's awesome. Should be in every commander deck in my opinion. We've got 2 of the Signets, Orzhov Signet and Boros Signet. Lightning Greaves, protect our commander. Grim Monolith, power out some mana early on. Chromatic Lantern, awesome fixing and just a good mana rock. Darksteel Ingot, same thing, fixing and a really good mana rock. Next we've got Sunforger. So it's 3 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +4/+0. And pay red-white, unattach it. Search your library for a red or white instant card with converted mana cost 4 or less, and play that card without paying its mana cost. Then shuffle your library, and it equips for 3. So it's a good instant speed way to just tutor up some removal and kill a pesky creature. Mind's Eye, good card draw. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. And got a Gilded Lotus, great mana. Next on to the instants. So we've got Swords and Path, awesome removal spells. We've also got Boros Charm, giving Oros double strike or anything like that is crazy good. It could just be to protect against a Wrath also. Crib Swap. Exile target creature, its controller puts a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling into play. Really good removal. Oblation. It's nice to shuffle away a commander, because the owner of target non-land permanent shuffles it into his or her library, then draws 2 cards. It can also be used if you just really need to draw 2 cards. Unmake. Remove target creature from the game. 3 black-white hybrid. Pretty simple. Seize the Soul. So you destroy target non-white, non-black creature, then you put a 1/1 white spirit into with token with flying into play, and then it haunts, so it goes under that creature, and then when the creature it haunts dies, just recast the spell. Onto our sorceries, we've got Reanimate. Good to get back a creature that you've lost. Good to get back someone else's creature. Really good. Demonic Tutor. Great to tutor up some stuff. Black Sun Zenith. It's really good. Gets around Hexproof, Shroud. Gets around Indestructible. Really reliable Wrath. Dreadbore. Kills a Planeswalker. Kills a creature. Kills whatever you want, really. Diabolic Tutor. Another tutor. Not as good, though. Wrath of God. Wrath Effect. It's really good. Beacon of Unrest, same thing, Recursion, it's good to get back an artifact or creature, or get someone's artifact or creature. Hollow Burial, it's great to tuck away people's commanders, and really good Wrath effect. Same thing here with Austere Command, destroy all artifacts, or destroy all enchantments, or destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less, or destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 4 or greater. It's really flexible, and pretty much kills whatever you want. Terminus, same thing as Hollow Burial, put all creatures on the bottom of their owner's libraries. This one miracles though. Phyrexian Rebirth, it's a Wrath effect that leaves you with a big fatty. So you destroy all creatures, and then put an XX colorless horror token onto play, where X is the number of creatures destroyed this way. Plague Wind, destroy all creatures you don't control, they can't be regenerated. Good card. And Blasphemous Act. So it's a 9 mana, it costs 1 less for each creature on the battlefield, and it deals 13 damage to each creature. Moving on to our enchantments, we've got Periphery Nodes. So at the start of my turn, it kills the guy with the least power, and if they're tied, I choose which one dies. And when there are no creatures in play, sacrifice it. Rest in Peace, some Graveyard Hate. That can be tutored up if I need it. Animate Dead. Once again, gets back a creature from my graveyard, gets back a creature from someone else's graveyard. Really good. Blind Obedience. Extort's really good in Commander, in multiplayer games, can really push you ahead, and destroying some combos like Kiki Jiki, or other combo decks like that involve putting out creatures into play in an infinite number. This takes them out, and it's nice to make someone's Soul Ring or Gilded Lotus come into play tapped. Dark Prophecy, whenever a creature I control dies, I draw a card and lose 1 life. It's a card draw. Pariah, all damage that be dealt to me is dealt to enchanted creature instead. Ghostly Prison, creatures can't attack me unless their controller plays 2 for each creature attacked for 3 mana. It's really good. Kind of redirects some of the hate away from you. Night Dealings, so whenever a source you control deals damage to another player, put that many theft counters on it, and you pay 4, remove X theft counters, and you tutor a card with converted mana cost X, and then you put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. So it's good to just tutor up whatever you need. Endless Horizons, so mana fixing, you get the Shocklands, because you search your library for any number of Plains cards, and exile them, and then at the beginning of your upkeep you get one of those cards. Debtor's Knell. At the beginning of your upkeep, put target creature card out of the graveyard into play under your control. Really good. Starts recurring, guys. And Eldrazi Conscription. Enchanted creature gets +10/+10, Trample, and Annihilator 2 for 8 mana. Really good. Lastly, the creatures. So we've got Sarah Ascendant. 1 white for 1/1 lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, she gets +5/+5 in flying. Really strong turn 1 play in Commander. Spirit of the Labyrinth. Each player can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Really good. It hose a lot of decks. Young Pyromancer. So 2 mana for a 2/1, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a 1/1 elemental creature token onto the battlefield. Really good with Dark Prophecy. Runetail, Kitsune Ascendant. 3 mana for a 2/2 Foxbug legendary creature, and when you have 30 or more life, flip him. On his flip side, he's Runetail's Essence. He's a legendary enchantment. Prevent all combat damage that be dealt to creatures you control. Sin Collector. He hand attack, exiles, instant or sorcery. When he dies, they don't get the card back, so that's really good. Unlike a lot of cards like him. Really good. It's nice hitting like a time stretch or something. Soul Sculptor. 3 mana for a 1/1. Target creature becomes an enchantment spell and loses all abilities until a player successfully casts a creature spell. So it kind of screws with combat a little bit. Really fun card. Marilyn of the Mornsong. 3 mana 2/3. Players can't draw cards. And at the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches his or her library for a card, puts it into her hand, and then shuffles his or her library. It really speeds up the Commander games, and once again, players can't draw cards. Really good. Windborne Muse. It's Ghostly Person, except on a 2/3 flyer. Really good. We've got Magus of the Tabernacle. So 4 mana for a 2/6. All creatures have at the beginning of your upkeep, sack this creature unless you pay 1. Really good for token strategies, or just anyone who's pumping out a lot of creatures. Really slows them down. Hero of Bladehold. Great card. 4 mana for a 3/4 Battle Cry. And whenever Hero of Bladehold attacks, you put 2 1/1 soldier creature tokens onto play, tapped and attacking. Really good beater. Sublime Archangel. So 4/3 Flying Exalted for 4, and other creatures you control have Exalted. So really, really good. Divinity of Pride, 5 Black-White Hybrid for 4/4 Flying Lifelink, and it gets +4/+4 as long as you have 25 or more life. So it's almost always online. Mycaeus, the Unhallowed. So he's 6 mana for 5/5 legendary creature Zombie Cleric. He's got Intimidate. And whenever a human deals damage to you, destroy it. And other non-human creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Undying. So it's great, keep some guys alive. I took out the infinite combos with him, because they just weren't really fun in Commander. So I left him in though, he seems good. Visara the Dreadful. 4 mana for 6 mana for 5/5 Flying. Gorgon Legend. And tap her to destroy target creature. Can't be regenerated. Avatar of Woe should really be in instead of her, but I like her better. She seems cool. Sire of Insanity. At the beginning of each end step, each player discards his or her hand. Really good, because it's at the beginning of each end step, everyone discards their hand. So you can't, like, do something end of turn to get around it. Really good. Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight. So 7 mana for 5/5 Flying First Strike, and if a source would deal damage to an opponent, double that damage. If a source would deal damage to you or something you control, prevent half that damage, rend it up. Really good. Encourages your opponents to attack each other instead of attacking you. Really good. And last we've got Herald of Leshrac. So he's 7 mana for a 2/4 creature avatar with flying. Cumulative upkeep, gain control of a land you don't control. Herald of Leshrac gets +1/+1 for each land you control but don't own. And when Herald of Leshrac leaves play, everyone gets their lands back. But it's really nice because first you steal 1 land, then you steal 2, then you steal 3, then you steal 4, then you steal 5. And it keeps on going up. And yeah, it's Herald of Flesh Rack. And lastly, our commander, Oros the Avenger. So he's 3 colorless, 1 white, 1 black, 1 red, for a 6/6 flying. And when Oros the Avenger deals combat damage to a player, you may pay 2 colorless and 1 white. If you do, Oros the Avenger deals 3 damage to each non-white creature. Thanks. Thank you for watching CMDR decks. Please favorite and subscribe.